Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. Wednesday, December 17th, 2014. I yet again nearly said 2015. I recorded a holiday message at work today and I mentioned, 2015 and Great New Year, something along those lines. Now I've got 2015 in my head. That said, we're in 2014, and that's important because we've got some great stuff happening at the end of this year. Namely, that being Skylanders Trap Team Wave 3. We just took a look at Trailblazer. I am ridiculously excited for this guy. Background story of the year. I love Cinnamon. And he kind of popped into my head a novel concept for a future Skylanders installment called Skylanders Tag Team. I go into great detail at the end of Trailblazer's video. Check that out. I may actually make a standalone video on that. But basically picture Igniter or Flameslinger playing together with Trailblazer and then able to literally tag team into one character where you've got Flameslinger on the back of Trailblazer shooting arrows, or you've got Igniter. Primary attack is the sword, secondary attack is Trailblazer doing something. Wicked cool idea, in my opinion. It's not even late. It's like, I don't know, 10 o'clock. So sometimes I come up with some pretty cool stuff. That said, this is Kaboom. He is, of course, important because he basically wraps up the fire element for us. I don't have the minis, Wee Ruptor and Small Fry. They should be available with Wave 3, pretty easy to find. We have essentially the New Landers Torch. You can see there. You can see my Enchanted Torch right there. Again, if you haven't seen that custom paint video, be sure to check that out. Returning character, Hog Wild Frino, pretty sweet repos. And then, of course, the Trap Masters that join Kaboom, Wildfire and Dark Wildfire. Now, Kaboom does not have another Kaboom variant. There's no like Dark Kaboom or TNT Kaboom or Red Hot Kaboom or anything. So if you're a big fan of Kaboom, you'll have to buy a second figure just like this to explore the other pass. That said, price should be $14.99, give or take a buck, depending on where you shop. And right there, Ultimate Trapper. That's a great shot of Kaboom in my opinion. Boom time. That is his slogan. Now, I thought when I first saw him, not in hand but online, I thought he looked like something out of Clash of Clans. At the time, my nephew was playing a lot of Clash of Clans, and when I showed this guy to my nephew at work this afternoon, he was kind of like, no, he doesn't. So I don't know, maybe I'm off my rocker there, but I thought he kind of did. Why am I doing this video now? Because post office, that's why. They rejected this package on my behalf, yet again, without telling me. And I kind of caught it, notified the people, and I think they were able to like reroute it somehow and like force them to accept it. I don't know what happened, but I did get him, so that is cool. Kaboom, there's the inset artwork. He's featured along with Wave 3 companion, the New Lander Trailblazer, fellow New Lander Torch, and then Small Fry, who's also joined by Wee Ruptor. Absolutely love the 360, as my nephew called it, this afternoon of Kaboom. He's got some really unique paint. It looks like a cinnamon metallic. We'll run with what we remember. When I was realizing that, oh hey, these shipped out and I don't have them yet, I kind of checked around with some of the people I know. Saw Rob had him, and of course he tends to get shipments first because there's like no travel time. I think he's like a couple blocks away from headquarters out west. So that's usually a telltale sign, and I kind of wait it out, and then it doesn't show, and I'm like, oh geez, the post office probably screwed me over again. But I don't think he unboxed his. He was wanting to see if a trap fit in there, so I will be sure to check that out. That said, you know the drill here. I've actually got to turn the camera off because these are awkwardly cumbersome to open. So I'm going to do that off camera. We'll be back taking a look at Kaboom. And there we go. Simple as turning the camera off. That's it. We'll throw that clamshell down. Love the fact that these are not taped. If you want to keep this, cut it out, use it for scrapbook, artwork, stickers, whatever it may be, go ahead and make sure you do that. That's it. What is included with Kaboom, aside from a wicked cool, important Fire Trap Master, is a sticker sheet. You can see that there. You can put it on your poster, notebooks, again, wall, whatever you do with them. There's the name tag, below that QR code, and a web code. Stats for Kaboom. We are looking at power 240 of 250. That's impressive. Armor 50 of 250. Agility surprisingly high, 90 of 250. You wouldn't think a guy holding a giant cannon would be that quick, but hey, I'm not complaining. Luck 160 of 250. Add all that up, and what do we have? We got 240 and 160 is going to be, 400? 540 out of 1,000. Pretty impressive stats. Now, don't just come in and grab him by the cannon and yank him out. What I like to do is actually work the plastic. So we're going to come in here, get this piece out of the way, and that kind of allows us a little bit more leverage to get him freed from his plastic prison. So here's Kaboom. While you kind of take a look at him, box stock stats: max health 250, speed 60. Again, that's a lot higher than I anticipated. Armor 12, critical hit 80. Then again, it's probably not hard to hit people with a cannon that big, you know. Elemental power should be 25. Background story on Kaboom. Slogan again, boom time, if you forgot. Kaboom hails from an ancient volcanic island known as Munitions Forge, that's a fitting name, where he and his people crafted machinery that was used all throughout Skylands. But the ruthless Captain Ironbeard, very interesting background story there, wanted the forge for himself so he could build an unstoppable pirate armada. With a fleet of pirate ships approaching, Kaboom went to work creating the greatest anti-pirate weapon ever forged, the boom cannon. I feel like we need Flynn saying, the boom cannon. Something along those lines. When Ironbeard arrived with his invaders, Kaboom met them at the edge of the docks with his cannon lowered, still smoldering red hot from having just come out of the fire. One by one, he sank their ships until Captain Ironbeard finally retreated. Now, as a valued member of the trap team, Kaboom uses his red-hot traptanium cannon to blast evil in the broadside. So, very cool story there. What did I do? Here it is. Still got that. Oh, wow. I nearly had a disaster over here off camera involving a knife falling on my foot. There is inherent danger in unboxing, children. That said, here's the cannon. It is hexagonal. Here's a fire scepter. So not a great fit. I mean, it does go in there, but you know, it actually looks pretty cool if we turn that to where the trap icon's gone. Boom! Tell me that's not intimidating. You could wrap some like clear Scotch tape around this, you know, to kind of fill in the difference, make the OD and the ID mesh up more. Ultra Kaboom right there. I mean, that just looks pretty sinister. And the cool thing is they're both the same red translucent color, so it plays together very well. Wish I had more fire traps here to play with, but pretty sweet shot there. So to answer CoinOp's question, yes, traps do fit. So, that said, back to the action here. Obviously, the first thing you notice with Kaboom, number one, he's pretty heavy. Heavier than Legendary Jawbreaker, I would say. I don't have Wallop handy, but I would think Wallop would be slightly heavier. Here's a look down the barrel of the fiery forged traptanium cannon there. It kind of looks really cool, actually. Obviously, he works out a bit. He's got his blacksmith cap on. He's got the the little Trapmaster icon there that you see from time to time when you pay attention to the details. Doesn't have it on his back, probably because he's not wearing a shirt. But that said, again, the color, I'm trying to kind of get a better look at this. That's like a really... It's almost like a glittery more than a metal flake. But again, I like to call it cinnamon. I don't know, like fire forged cinnamon may be a good name for it. We'll just run with that because it sounds pretty cool. Huge fingers and hand. That's pretty nice detail there. They didn't just like put little, you know, shrimp hands on them or something. It's accurate and proportionate. Very grim, you know, all-knowing face. Coming down, he's got the kind of like the leathery, stone, earthy looking boots. They match his pants. They match the kind of the reason I said, you know, like leathery is just because right here, kind of on the gloves that you'd picture, you know, heat resistance as he goes into the fires and furnaces and whatnot, kind of matches up there. Got that little funky little, I don't know if that's his actual hair coming out or if that's kind of like a mohawk helmet if you ride a motorcycle or something, but nonetheless, I mean, he looks like some Norwegian Finnish bodybuilder guy, you know, modern times. that just happens to live on, what was it called? Munitions Forge, I believe, which is a pretty cool name. Again, I kind of thought Clash of Clans. I don't know. I don't really play the game. I just seen my nephew mess around with it. So maybe you can kind of see where I came up with that. But nonetheless, he looks like an intimidating guy. He's almost like a fire element Hulk Hogan or something, you know. So that's it. That is about all she wrote for Kaboom. We'll come in here. I will get him introduced ASAP. We will see just how powerful he is. And you know what that means. We've got both Fire Element Trap Masters. That means look for the poll coming very soon. Wildfire versus Kaboom. Who is your favorite Fire Element Trap Master? You can find that at oneofweezem.com, right-hand side just below the Twitter feed, or SkylanderClub.com. You can scroll down and find the polls and discussion section. You do need to be registered there to vote. But it's not a bad thing. You probably need to be registered anyway because it's an awesome site. So, that's it. This is Kaboom for myself and the Red Hot Fire Forged Trap Master from the Fire Element Kaboom. Thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, make sure you do that. You can follow me on Twitch. You can follow me on Twitter. You can like me on Facebook. Circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. My personal site, oneofweezem.com. If you enjoy the detail that I put into things, I've kind of expanded that into the Skylander Club forum. Again, that is all me. It's not like some third-party deal. Had some people like, oh, well, who built that? You know. That is me. I am a lone wolf. I do my own thing with my own people, and that's what it is. So, no spam emails. I'm not going to auction anything off. You basically get an activation email, and that's it, unless you subscribe to a thread or something. So, SkylanderClub.com. Check it out. If you like it, sign up. We would absolutely love to have you join us. That said, again, thanks for watching, and for myself and Kaboom, we got a fun night ahead of us. Hopefully you do too. Again, Wave 3 should be hitting stores any day now, and as Kaboom would say, it's boom time.